In today's episode of the Pathmark Presents podcast, I get a very interesting guest here with me today with Carolyn Murdock. And she's heading over from the folks over at Gan. And at Gan, they're very much at the forefront of hyper-personalization, I should even call it. Let's basically figure out much more about this. We're going to be talking about personalized AI-generated videos and or parts of it. Generative AI is definitely on the focus for a lot of you guys at the very moment. We're getting a lot of questions on it. So very happy to have somebody on the show today who is in that space and very active in that space. And yeah, so Caroline, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So maybe I mentioned a little bit, generative AI is in everybody's focus at the moment. What are you guys doing in that space?
Of course. So Gan.ai is a generative artificial intelligence platform for personalized video marketing. Now, what does that mean? That means our technology allows you to take one video of a human saying words and personalize certain variables within their speech via audio and lip sync technology. Now, what does that mean? I'll give you an example. So let's say that you take one video of some celebrity. We'll say Kim Kardashian, for example. Kim says, "Hi, Mark," in this video. We can take that one video and then make millions of videos with Kim saying, "Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Candace. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Fred." You can personalize videos with whatever data you have. So this includes names, geolocations, last orders, product recommendations. The list goes on and on.
What would be, I mean, you actually started to go into that already. What is the use cases? Where do you guys find the technology at its best use?
Absolutely. Well, I'd say there are a couple groups of beneficiaries here, and the ones that I work with directly are the marketers. So pretty much marketers of almost any vertical. B2C is our focus, but there are plenty of B2B use cases as well. We make it easier for marketers to get higher conversion rates, ranging from 5 to 7 times their normal range, while saving money with production costs by bypassing the normal laws of physics, right? Like Kim Kardashian, again, just to keep the example the same, I'm not obsessed with Kim Kardashian, but it costs enough to get her to do one video, right? And then now one video can equal millions of videos. But we're also just providing new and innovative ways to sell products and build brands. And frontier technology opportunities like this really don't come around often. But I would say the use cases, obviously, that we're selling to are marketers in a variety of verticals, but also the consumers on their end are benefiting as well with customer delight. Just people love hearing a celebrity saying their name, or a barista calling their drink order, or a politician naming your hometown. It's new, it's cool, it's trendy, and who doesn't love hearing things related to them on a personal level? So we are one of the few companies directly impacting both consumer and seller in that regard.
Very good. Now, what types of organizations benefit the most? Is there a certain scale that they should do in their marketing operations? Is there a certain industry where it works really well? Maybe give us an insight on that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to be honest, this is all so new, right? We're introducing a new technology to a new market. So there are use cases being made all the time in a variety of different verticals, and we're finding them out every day, something new. But we're definitely finding industries where it works well. We've worked with everything across the board from e-commerce, B2C companies, food and bev, politicians, all the ones I listed earlier are campaigns that we've done. We work with higher education. We have musicians, touring, events. We have travel. We have literally almost any vertical. And that's one of the exciting things about selling this product is the opportunities are kind of endless. It's more so find me a vertical that this doesn't work for. But as bringing this product to the US market, our goal is to get a couple of those really splashy, really big splashes in a larger industry with exposure so we can get that flywheel going so various companies can use it as well.
Very cool. Now, how would you describe the journey of people getting to know Gan.ai at the moment? What are the channels you guys leverage?
Of course. Well, again, like this is so new that our end consumers make a lot of the buzz for us right now. So word of mouth is huge, especially with something as novel as this. So social media, organic social media is one of our best friends right now. That's primarily the case in India, where the company is founded and where the original product has been sold. I work for the US market and growing it here. So it's a little different over here, a little bit more outbound than inbound, but we're still getting lots of inbounds right now with people that are searching for video personalization with organic and paid Google search mainly. So people are definitely looking for it because that is a great amount of our inbounds.
And how would you describe the role of the website in the journey that you just described?
It's a very important part of the journey, as with any website, especially in this case, because I think people think, oh man, this is something so new. This is so crazy. I need to go learn more about it. Is this legit? So they go to our website immediately to see who have we worked with, examples that we have, and if there are any demos that we can see the product in action. And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. We show that we have worked with a ton of major enterprises with a variety of verticals, as I've mentioned many times. And you can also do a live demo on the website. So if you put in your name, it's actually me. So you might see a familiar face if you go there and do it right now. You type in your name, business email address, and then a video will come up where I am talking to you personally. So it is a very important step in our journey, especially because the subject is so new and people just really want to have the assurance that this is something real.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now, actually speaking on the website there, where do you consider, and you brought that in, very interesting example there of the interactive demo, where do you sort of see strength versus where do you see room for improvement for the website?
Oh, goodness. Well, everyone's their worst critic, but I think our website does a pretty good job of letting people know that, you know, we're established. You can literally see the product in action. I would have to think a minute on improvements. I have a website development team that really does the heavy lifting on all of that stuff. And I think if they heard this and I gave critiques, they would probably kill me. But I would say just going forward, our goals with it are to make it even more accessible. For example, right now, we show audio sync demo. There are two versions that we provide, audio sync and lip sync. For the US market, we're primarily focusing on lip sync as well, but we want people to be aware that we have both offerings. So if you wanted to do something that was more audio focused, you can, but you also have it to be visual focused. That's a full video with personalized lip sync as well.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Now, I'd like to switch gears a little bit and talk with you about your journey as a marketer a little bit. There's so much content out there that, you know, as a marketer, you could consume and learn from. Where do you personally like to go to keep on educating yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. The advertising trades mostly, you know, just making sure that we're keeping up to date, TechCrunch, all the normal spaces, a lot of tech website upkeep these days because we just never know what's coming out next. And as you can tell, being the host of this podcast, there's something new every day. So really just the plethora of the traditional tech and advertising websites that I subscribe to.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now I got some rapid fire questions. They're a little bit of surprise questions for our guests, just to get to know you and your journey as a marketer a bit better. Are you ready for those?
Oh yeah, bring it.
What is the last book that you read?
Oh, that's so good. The last book that I read that I think I finished is 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. I believe that is how it was called, and I need to go look at who the author is. That's so bad of me, but it's very good. It's 100 essays that change the way you think about various topics.
Mm-hmm. What would be the one single thing that your company is focused on the most at the moment?
The one single thing we're focused on most at the moment, I would say it depends on which market, because both are on different stages. For me, in the US market, exposure. You would be surprised how many people just don't even know that this technology exists, that you can even do this. A lot of our meetings are just to let people know, no, you can do that. And they say, oh, well, one day we could do it on social media, we could do it on YouTube. And we're like, the future is now. We can do all of those things. We can integrate with all of your channel distributions, whether it's SMS or email or social media. We can integrate with your CRM to make auto-generated emails based on your triggers. We can connect with smart URL hosting, like just letting people know not only like, oh, we can make personalized videos, but everything that we can do around it to show them the variety of opportunities there are to use this in creative ways. So exposure.
If there would be no boundaries in tech and you would have a magic wand, what's the one thing you would change for your role as a marketer?
That's such a good question, Lucas. You're catching me off guard.
One thing that marketers very often they have to deal sometimes with incomplete data. They have to do there's a lot of things that they have to face in a day. That's why it's always so interesting to see what are sort of maybe recurring things that as a marketer might be a bit challenging.
Oh, I know one. Yeah, the logging all of your data, and especially for the sales teams, having everything of every outbound, every response, everything, so you can see clear data of which verticals are hitting better than others. That is it's just a manual task right now that can be time consuming. And I know that even that industry has come a really long way in terms of HubSpot and all the things that make it easier for you. But at the end of the day, you still have to, the responsibility is still on you. So if I'm being lazy, I would love some way to still get really good data by logging everything I do somehow without me having to log it myself.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Now, for the last question, if today would be your very first day joining, your career as a marketer, what's the one advice you would give yourself for that journey?
I would tell myself to stay curious, stay creative, stay open-minded, look at the world through a curious lens. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day stuff of just trying to get that next product up that we forget of why we became marketers in the first place. And that's to tell stories and to really do it in innovative ways and to grab people's attention, spark imagination. I know it sounds cheesy, but all of those things, and just not lose sight of the bigger picture and everything, and not get too bogged down in day-to-day semantics, which are important. We got to pay attention to those. Those are very important, but to remember to stay curious as well.
Very, very good. Carolyn, I really appreciate you took the time with us today to be guest on Pathway Presents and telling people more about Gan.ai. I want to give you the very last word. If people would be forgetting all that we discussed today about Gan, what's the one thing people should take away?
That it is a new era of marketing out there. I mean, video mail merge is coming. And what I mean by that is that most emails are mail merge these days. So when you get an email, let's, rule of threes, bringing back to Kim Kardashian. If you order something from her store and you get an email from Kim saying, hey, Carolyn, so glad that you bought my item. Kim is not sequestered in a room somewhere waiting for orders to come in all day to write you a personal note. That's just not happening. But we would almost feel weird if we didn't see our names. We expect there to be personalization in emails. And us at Gan, we very strongly believe that that is the future of video marketing, that videos will expect to be personalized, that there will be mail merge for videos in that regard. So we're not trying to fool anyone. We're not trying to be deceptive with anyone. I think there's a lot of talk about deep fakes and there's scary alternate realities of this technology that's being used for ill purposes. This is a great opportunity for brands to just get in on the ground floor of what the future marketing is going to look like, position your brand as innovative, cutting edge, be an early adopter of something really exciting, which only comes around really once in a lifetime to be able to do. So just remember, it's coming. This will be normal eventually, and we hope that you're one of the early adopters on Gan.ai.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on Pathwing Presents.
Thanks, Lucas.